Hey everyone. So I figured since I'm creating a channel dedicated to helping gay and closeted people, I thought I would share my coming out story, and what better way to do it than next to a closet. Haha! I wanted to share my story because, like I said in my last video, I used the internet a lot as a way to kind of help me cope with coming out and kind of to prepare myself to come out to my friends and family. I would watch people's YouTube videos about coming out and read their stories about how they dealt with it. One of those videos I watched was actually Carl KR's, which is why I'm posting a video response to his coming out story. So hopefully my experience in my video will, I don't know, maybe just help someone else or inspire them to come out. So I'm going to try to make a really long story short. I guess in a way I've always known that I was gay. It didn't really hit me until I was about 20 years old, and I realized, oh shit, I'm gay. I'm eventually going to have to come out and tell the people that I love and care about. And, you know, for the longest time before that, I just thought, you know, this will pass. My attraction to men will pass. You know, that happens. Throughout high school and college, I never really dated anybody, which was kind of the first clue to my sexuality, because, you know, people were always asking, Sam, why don't you have a girlfriend, or why aren't you dating anybody right now? And, you know, the typical response was, oh, I just haven't found anybody, you know. First person I told was my best friend. This was a little over a year ago, last October. We were both drinking quite heavily, and he started talking about a mutual friend of ours who recently came out. And after a long pause, I said, Travis, I have something I need to tell you. And he was like, what is it? And I couldn't say it. It was on the tip of my tongue. I just could not say it. And about 5 minutes passed, and he finally goes, Sam, are you gay? And I said, yeah. And I just started crying. Because it literally felt like a huge weight. As cliche as this sounds, it felt like a huge weight had been lifted off my shoulders. Even just saying yes, just being totally honest about that question that has plagued me for so long, to finally answer it truthfully was just a huge release. His response was amazing. He told me, you know, Sam, you're always going to be my best friend, and I'm going to support you and love you no matter what. And it was an amazing feeling. So a couple of months later, I told my two other really good friends, and because I had my best friend's support, it made it easier. I'm not going to say it was easy to tell my other friends, but it made it so much easier, because once I told my best friend, it made it a lot easier to gradually tell my other friends, and eventually my family. Let's fast forward a little bit. I finally summoned up the courage to tell my mom on Valentine's Day. I hadn't really planned on it at all to tell her that night, but of course the subject of relationships came up. My parents divorced when I was 8, and my mom asked me if the divorce had anything to do with me not being in a relationship. Like if I was too scared to get into a relationship after what I'd seen my parents go through. And I just I knew I had to do it right then or there, otherwise I was not, finding an opening or a moment, a proper moment to kind of segue into coming out to your family doesn't come up very often. So I figured this was my best chance. So I literally I could feel my heart. I looked down and I could see my heart beating so hard I could see my shirt twitching. I'm not even kidding. And I just looked up and I told her, "Mom, I have to tell you something." And there was a look in her eyes that kind of told me she knew what was coming. And I just said, "Mom, I'm gay." And it was there was a moment of silence, and I looked up at her and she said, "Are you sure?" And I said, "Yes, I am. And I've known for a long time," and blah blah blah. It was a pretty standard coming out conversation that my mom and I had. Obviously, we both cried, and so after I left my mom's house, I texted my sister and told her, and she called me, and we had a nice conversation over the phone. She said she kind of thought that might have been what was bothering me so much. She said, I'm her brother and she'll always love and support me. And then my mom ended up telling my stepdad and my stepsister. My real dad hasn't spoken to anyone in the family for 6 years now, so he's kind of out of the picture. My stepsister wrote a note to me in my birthday card that read something like, "I hope you find happiness wherever you are and whomever you're with." And I nearly started crying right there reading it, because it was such a huge relief and a beautiful feeling to know that my family was supportive and accepting of me, even though I never imagined they would immediately cut me off and push me away just because I was gay. It's very comforting and reassuring to have someone close to you tell you they love you after you reveal who you really are. Because living a lie or not being who you truly are, it's really soul killing. So that was my coming out story. I know everyone's coming out process is different, and you'll know when the right time is. And I know you've heard that before, but it's true. So if you ever feel like you need anybody to talk to, or if you have any questions regarding the coming out process, just know that I'm here for you, and there are thousands of other YouTubers here to support you. And if you do have any questions for me, just know that I will keep you anonymous. I'm not going to use your real name or even your YouTube username. So anyway, I know I rambled on a lot, but I hope you maybe got just maybe a little bit of something out of it. And if not, I'm sorry. But like I said, if you want to contact me, just email me or message me or leave a comment or anything, I'll get back to you. So have a good night, and thanks for watching.